What's good, everybody? Dorsey May Gaming here. And y'all, I kind of want to go ahead and dive into this. So, forget about the little Obama intro thing we normally do. Let's get straight to this. Okay, so this is what we know so far, and some of the stuff that we thought was correct. Yesterday, I said I don't think that you'll play in the NFL because the trailer didn't show anything about the NFL. That pretty much has been confirmed. News has come out about Longshots that you don't play in the NFL, and a lot of people are asking why. And to me, it's very simple. The fact that they've worked on this on 4 years tells me that if the story just goes a little bit of high school, a little bit of college, mostly preparation for the draft, 7-on-7 stuff, that tells me that they pretty much, I think they have the story completed in its entirety. The only thing is that they don't have, they're breaking it up to sell it in different renditions of Madden. So next year in Madden, for instance, in Madden 19, since we've either gotten drafted or not gotten drafted, whatever the case may be, we will we will start our NFL career. Now, what does that mean for the game? Okay, so I figured maybe we played a couple of high school games. Listening to the videos with them interviewing the directors and things like that, you might play a couple of high school games. I think in the high school games they said it's mostly quick time events. Same thing in college. You play a couple of college games. They talked about the commentary, different commentators in the long shot. And what's interesting to me about that is, I kind of wish that we had different commentators in franchise mode. If they could do it in long shot, why can't they do it in franchise mode? But, anyway. So with us doing that in the long shot, it seems like it's mostly going to be 7-on-7 stuff and preparation for the draft. It looks like it's not going to be this thing where you play through an entire high school season, play through an entire college season. It's not going to be like that. And before I said the long shot was a Senior Bowl. That's what I put on there. Senior Bowl confirmed on the Twitter. I think that that's wrong. Looking at everything now, it seems that Longshot is more or less kind of like I'm not going to call it a semi-pro league, but more like a developmental football league type of thing. Longshot is an actual thing. I just find it weird that you actually play on a college football field. The Longshots play on the Texas Longhorn Stadium. Also, the reason why I believe this is because whenever he's in the office, he has on the shirt that has the Longshots logo. So the Longshot is not a Senior Bowl thing. The Longshot is their way back to the NFL, essentially. I don't know if it's a reality show or, if it's a, reality type thing where, because if you look in the back, it has a poster and the poster says Longshots coming May 31st. May, so I don't know. Like I said, is it a program? Is it a reality show, like a real life thing? Kind of like Last Chance U, if y'all remember that show. So that's what we don't know, and that's what we're going to find out in due time. But so to recap, to give you a visualization, now they did say that 7-on-7, you will have Texas style 7-on-7, which is cool. 7-on-7 with no pads. Now, my question is this: how much of this is going to bleed over into actual franchise and connected careers? But to emphasize, Longshot is a campaign. And it reminds me a lot of Call of Duty, where the campaign essentially kind of teaches you the game, gives you some background for the game, because they said that there's going to be quick time events as well as other things that you will do to pass the ball. Yes, you're only going to play quarterback. You might play as wide receiver sometime as your friend, but you're the quarterback. So no change of positions, no customizations, none of that. So And when you start to look at it that way, you can kind of see that Longshot is not going to be this long drawn out thing. It looks like it's going to be a pretty quick type of campaign. There's going to be a lot of stuff to do, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be like 30, 20 hours of gameplay. I'm looking at maybe 8 to 10 hours of gameplay for Longshots. And it's one of those things where it teaches, I think it's put in place to teach you the game, because it talks about different throw mechanics and stuff like that. I think what they're going to be teaching you in Longshot is how to play the game as far as like the new target passing system. And then also like playing as your buddy, the wide receiver. Then you get to learn the DB wide receiver mechanics. So, it is a campaign. It's not a career mode. It's a campaign. And it like I said, it reminds me of the Call of Duty campaigns where it teaches you how to play the game, essentially. That's the way that I look at Longshot. It's an interesting way for new people to come in, learn how to play Madden. So for the people who's been in Madden, I mean, it's a breath of fresh air, but it's just that, a breath. In and out, and that's it. You see what I'm saying? So all in all, am I still interested in Longshot? Yeah, definitely. I definitely like to play it. There are different endings, and my assumption is that the goal of Longshot is to get drafted. Now, he said that everybody's not going to get drafted. So if you don't get drafted, my assumption is that you return to the Longshot team and work your way back up to the draft again for, I guess, next year's draft. You keep doing it until you get drafted. The goal of Longshot is to get drafted. That's my assumption. That's my guess. Okay, so all in all, will I be playing it? Definitely. But it's not what everybody think it's gonna be. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be entertaining. But like I said, like I told the streamers, the guys on the channel earlier, I think that Longshot is something that's going to last maybe a couple of weeks, and then that's it. I don't see the replay value of this. There's multiple endings, but I think that the story is not as long as they're making it out to be, and that, you're not going to be playing this until next year type of thing. I don't know. Maybe they release some DLC that extends the story or something like that. I'd be okay with that. Kinda, because that kind of tells me that the story is already complete. They just didn't put it all in the game. But I digress. Okay, so on to career mode. I got a tweet from a Madden. I got a tweet today, or yesterday, really, rather, from a credible source. And they basically told us that it's the Dynasty. And you can find them on Twitter at the Dynasty CFM Connected Franchise Mode. They're on Twitter, and they told us that no major changes to Connected Franchise Mode. This year's focus was on gameplay. So chalk that up on the board, Trevor. That's what are we 10-0 right now? Because what did I say? They're not going to make any major changes to franchise mode. That's why they're not showing it. That's why they're not talking about it, because they know people are going to be upset about it. Now, the fact that they say no major changes doesn't rule out that there will be changes. Will there be changes? Yes. There's just not going to be major changes. There's going to be changes to gameplay. And like I said, when Rex tweeted out the other day or yesterday about, the assignments and stuff like that, that's not franchise. That's just regular gameplay, in which we knew that from the beginning that his focus was on gameplay. But how can you sit here and say that your focus is on gameplay when not only do you add a story mode into the game, but you also add a lot of new features to Madden Ultimate Team? You see what I'm saying? So I don't think the focus is just gameplay. The focus is gameplay and Madden Ultimate Team, because let's be real. When you play the story mode, it's going to give you stuff for what? Madden Ultimate Team. I'm going to be upset if I find out that, we don't get to say do the combine in franchise mode or career mode. Now, they did say that draft boards are back. Now, my only issue with that is I don't understand what's the difference. And I don't know, maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. I don't understand what's the difference between draft boards and what we have right now. Technically, when you scouting a player and you put them on your watch list, is that not a draft board? So somebody clarify that for me in the comment section, because I really just don't understand that at all. Um, I wonder if the combine and 7-on-7 padless 7-on-7 is going to be in franchise mode, perhaps. You know, but I think putting the combine in there, that would be considered a major change, wouldn't it? Putting some new presentation in there would be considered a major change, wouldn't it? Yeah. So I'm nervous. I don't know. I think we get it. I honestly believe we get into franchise mode and it's the same thing that we had last year. Draft boards, whoop-de-doo, yay, that is so much better. No, we need way more than that in franchise mode because it's lackluster, man. But I will say this, and I've said it many, many times. The fact that the gameplay is improved. So now the cornerback's attributes really do matter. And the wide receivers, you know, that press and release attribute really matters now. Acceleration really matters now for the linemen and stuff like that. It does affect how you go about playing the game. So I can understand that. So now I'm going to be more involved in my free agency. I'm going to be more involved in who I draft because those stats matter now. You see what I'm saying? And he also said like the matchups, you can do various different matchups. You can do, because somebody said sometimes the best receiver isn't the best overall receiver. And he said that's fine. Because if you look at the picture, there are arrows on both sides to show that you could change stuff. So whenever you move that arrow, you could change it to, he said, the best overall. He said you can adjust it according to speed, height, and you know, he said more stuff. So I think that's really cool. Maybe you can line up your fastest receiver corner against their fastest wide receiver, or you know, have that height advantage and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. But like I said, that's not in addition to franchise. He said franchise stuff. No, that's gameplay because that's going to be in play now. That's going to be in Madden Ultimate Team. And speaking of Madden Ultimate Team, I was wrong. I thought that looking at the picture yesterday that the DB wide receiver mechanics were just going to be for Ultimate Team because that's what the paper had. It had Ultimate Team all over it, logos and everything. So it was easy to assume that, but I was wrong. So, and I'm glad that I was wrong because the DB wide receiver mechanics are going to bleed over into the rest of the game, which is really, really, really exciting for me because I love playing cornerback in connected franchise mode. So now I get to play cornerback and I can actually jam my wide receiver and there is a risk versus reward. So if I push the, I'm assuming it's is it the right stick or the left stick? You're going to push it if y'all push it to the left and the receiver pushes his to the right, guess what? I just got burnt. If I push it to the right and he pushes it to the left, I just got burnt. You see what I'm saying? And you push it down to jam. And I guess the receiver has a mechanic where he can kind of shuffle step his feet. If you jam him and he do that, he's beat automatically. If you're a corner and you push it the same way as a wide receiver, you see what I'm saying? There are so many different mechanics with that, and that is awesome, and I love it, and I'm very, very happy about that it is going to be in career mode because now I get to actually play the game like a real cornerback. So, you know, that right there in itself does make me happy. You know, I understand we might not get the draft. To me, it would be complete if we were able to do the combine and determine where we go in the draft. If they put that in the game right there, I'm extremely happy with Madden 18 this year because they said the graphics and the gameplay makes it to where it plays completely different, and that's what Rex said. So I can't wait to see gameplay. We should see it today. Now, y'all be mindful of the graphics that you see when Microsoft shows it because it's going to be, I want to say, shown on the Xbox Scorpio. And so the graphics are going to be a lot better than what you're going to see on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. My only thing is, are they going to add extra stuff in the Scorpio version of the game? And also, what is it? Are they going to have PlayStation Pro support? The reason they're teaming up with Scorpio and they're pushing that is because EA has a partnership with Microsoft. But my thing is, what about the PlayStation? Because, you know, and I'm excited today to watch it because I want to see how much the Scorpio is going to be, when is it going to release and things like that. I'm expecting holiday season. It'd be nice if it released alongside Madden, but I don't think it's going to release that early. Scorpio, I'm assuming it's going to release around the birthday time, y'all. So we're out of time today, y'all. That's all we got for today. Tune in to E3 later on, and we'll follow up with that as well. Till next time, and God bless.